Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, January 7th. It's a good day today. It's overcast. It was in the 30s this morning. A front came through yesterday. And I think it's supposed to get just barely above 50 today for the high. It's probably about 8:15. I've seen several deer this morning. I've seen, 7 or 8 does, about 4 bucks. I saw a fairly decent 8-point that I knew was here, and I passed on him because I was actually thinking about shooting him, but with the rut just starting up, I'm hoping to get some deer filter in here, because I don't have any good deer that's staying on the property, but I got a lot of does here and a lot of food. I'm holding these does here. So that group of does this morning was, about 6. So I got a picture of a 10-point, what I think is a 10-point, yesterday evening on a community scrape that I run a cell camera over. And I only got one picture of him there, but I'm hoping he'll kind of hang around here as some of these does start to come into heat. Maybe I'll get a crack at him is what I'm hoping. So this should be a good day today. I'm thinking deer probably move all day. They've kind of moved all day the last couple of days, so I think we're just going to stay all day in this box. Yesterday I hunted a creek crossing. I didn't see much. Seen a lot out of this box stand this morning. I can see a long way. The wind's perfect for it. So I think we're just going to relax here and enjoy the day. See what we can see. Maybe we'll get a shot on that 10-point. Stick around. Well, I think I just missed a buck. Man. Well, that is extremely frustrating. I was watching 3 does and a small 6-point over this way. And I had caught a glimpse of some movement, so I was concentrating over this way. I thought it was another buck. And I caught something out of my eye, and the deer was coming across the food plot right here in front of me. Caught me completely off guard. And I believe it was that 3-year-old 8-point. I got the footage of him. But right when he stopped and I got around to get the gun on him, he was quartering to me, and there was a limb or a vine or something in the way. I don't know. So I said, well, I'm just going to wait till he moves. And when I went to shoot him the first time, my safety was on the rifle. I forgot to take the safety off. So I clicked the safety on, and the wind is bordering this way, and I know it's not good, but I hunt this stand a good bit, and the wind never affects me in the morning, especially on a sunny day, because it picks my thermals up enough, and I don't ever see deer to my right here. But right about that time, he caught wind, he stopped, and he turned, and he started trotting away. And I put the rifle on him, and I let him just a hair. I mean, he was only about 50 yards. And when I pulled the trigger, I don't know if he wheeled or what happened, but I must have just missed him. And I seen him turn around and go back the way he came, all the way across that plot. And I sit here a few minutes, and it wasn't but about 3 minutes later, I seen the deer come out about 400 yards, probably about 300 yards, and crossed the lane right here. All he did was make a big loop. I don't even think he knew what happened. I'm pretty sure it was the same deer. It was an 8-point. I mean, the odds of me seeing an 8-point that same size in this area is unlikely, so I'm pretty sure that was him. But I went down, I looked where I shot him, I walked the plot about 4 or 5 times, went everywhere he went. I seen where he had ran. There's a big brush pile over here, and I'll show you real quick. So that brush pile, this big brush pile right here, big brush pile, he ran around that edge. I shot him right there, right at the beginning of that lane. I shot him right at the beginning of that lane, and he ran through this, across this plot, and went behind that brush pile. And a few minutes later, he crossed this lane right between them two, right between those 2 feeders right there. And I looked at him with my binoculars when he walked across the lane. First thing he did was he stepped out in the lane and he looked this way. And he just walked right across it, and I looked at him with my binoculars, and there was no sign of blood. He wasn't limping or anything. Oh man, that's frustrating. I got down and I went and looked again just to double check, and I couldn't find anything. I'm pretty sure it was a clean miss, but I was looking back, I got to thinking about it, and actually I thought about it this morning when I got in stand. Today is the same day last year that I killed my 9-point out of the same stand. And it's crazy how I got got an opportunity on that 8-point on the same day that I killed out of this stand last year, but unfortunately wasn't able to make it happen. Alright guys, we back in here. It's been a few days since I shot at the buck and missed him. I went in here this morning, and he showed up on trail camera, but he was on the other end of the property as I was on this end. I was on the north end, he was on the south end. And I saw several deer this morning. There was about 8 does on this side of the property. He was by himself as far as I know. I could see him through my binoculars down this long lane, plus I had him on trail camera. But the wind is good for him to travel the property coming into the wind this way, so I'm hoping maybe we'll get a crack at him here this evening. We're going to set him out and see. It's a pretty day. The sun's finally came out a little bit. It's been overcast all day. It's been cold in the 30s all day, so the deer should move this evening. Maybe we'll get a second shot at him. Wow. 355. Who would have thought? 355. He was the first deer out. That buck this morning was on the other end of the property. And the wind is north, which is blowing that way toward the other end of the property. I watched him come out and go to a feeder. And I thought maybe he would come this way with the wind like it was. And there were several does up here. And he never did. So I said, well, I'm going to hunt this stand again this evening, because it's just a perfect setup for him to come this way and check this plot and this lane and these other feeders. And sure enough, he slipped up. It's a wonder I even saw him. I just happened to be glancing over that way. Man, that's awesome. That's the same buck I missed the other day. Pretty sure. I'm gonna get out and go take a look. I gotta get these boot blankets off. Well, guys, y'all saw him fall, so there wasn't no tracking. That's him. Three-year-old 8-point. Been getting him on camera for a while now. I passed him up one time earlier when I had a 10-point on camera that I was hoping to run into, and I never did. The deer come out the other day and I missed him. I got most of it on camera, and I've been fighting COVID, so it's been hard to make it, and it's been cold, dealing with the cold air and all. But coming here this morning, and he come out on the other end of the property. There's a bunch of does here in this timber, cutting the edge of this timber, going to them plots and feeders. And I was hoping this evening that he would come this way, because a lot of times he's on both ends of the property in the same night or the same day. And with the north wind, I've noticed over with pictures and all, he likes a northeast wind.
and I was surprised he came out this early. I didn't expect to see him till right at dark, you know, if I even got lucky enough to see him. But that is a wrap for the old 8 point. So we're gonna get him out of here and get him dressed up. I'm glad to have him. He's a nice 3-year-old for this area. I hadn't had many good bucks on camera this year on this property, so I'm excited to get him. Very thankful for him. Thank y'all for watching.